Welcome to my blind playthrough of Octopath Traveler here. It's been a few weeks since I played now, because I've been traveling, but so if I'm a bit rusty, that's why. But I think I was gonna do Alfin's like, story quest here in Goldshore, so that's what I'll be doing next, 'cause I did do a lot of stealing last time I was here. Alright, so let's head to the pub. Where is the tavern? It's in the other... Oh, there's the tavern. I wish the tavern showed up on the map, that would have been nice. Alright, let's see... We can change in Elfin for Ulbrich as usual. Usually I do that because it's an easy way to actually... it's an easy way to I can't remember. I get confused sometimes. Yeah, it's easy to get level up his face. His name is as much as Ulbrich, using just challenges, so that's why it's nice to switch him out. Not that I've had to level him up anything, but yeah, let's go ahead and give him the warrior as well. I think it's a pretty nice secondary job to have. Let's give him some decent stuff here. So we can deal some damage and survive some stuff, hopefully. Have this 500 HP amulet, which is our accessory, which is nice, and we can have that one as well. Right, does it have any support skills? Not really, only inspiration. That's horrible, at least. Alright, let's start that side quest now and see what that is all about. Travels have brought you to Goldshore, where a fever is running rampant. You roll up your sleeves and begin to get to work. Right, let's do that then. Let's do that then. Story so far. And so, Elfin left behind his sleepy village in hopes of bringing succor to the suffering. He asked for no coin for his services, to honor the man who once saved his life. With the words of his friend Seth in his heart, he wandered from town to town, until his travels brought him to Goldshore, in this idyllic town by the sea. Surely there was someone in need of his aid. Perhaps? Nothing quite like a town by the sea. Gonna go ahead and guess someone's spreading that plague. A wild guess here. Even if there is a bit bringy for my liking. Bringy. Go for a swim? Ha! Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Did you hear? Old Zeke's been stricken too. That's 10 in just a week. The fever's spreading fast. Whatever are we to do?
Now that you mention it,
I hear there's a traveling apothecary in town. It's on one side from me, I guess. Word travels fast.
Aye.
They say she whipped up a tonic that cured one boy's fever overnight.
I see.
She? So I've got a calling in town. Wonder if she'd be interested in talking shop. Ow. She looks a little young. Ow, it hurts. Does have the pouch though.
Howdy.
Which I assume means she's an apothecary. Are you okay, little girl? Here, you dropped something. Seashell, is it? Thanks.
Shucks.
Looks like you scraped up your knee. Mind if I have a look? Ouch, I bet that's smart. I know the feeling. I'm always tripping over my own 2 feet. But everything you pick up, but every time you pick yourself back up, you'll find yourself that much tougher for it.
All right.
That'll do her. One of my best healing bombs. There.
Thanks.
Thanks, stranger. I'm Ellen.
Hi.
I'm Elfin. That almost rhymes, eh?
That's amazing!
Neat. Are you a medicine man? You might say that. I'm what they call an apothecary.
Wow!
Wow, I've never met one of you before. Nice to meet you, Mr. the Apothecary.
Now listen here.
Alphen will do. Well, she's not one then.
Hey there!
Hey, Alphen, can I ask you a favor?
Oh?
Go for it. It's my sister, Flynn. She caught a fever and she's been in bed all week. She's always crying, and no matter how much she sleeps, it just gets worse and worse.
Oh.
Say no more. I'll fix her up as rain. Right as rain. After all, that's what I'm here for. Right as Oh, thank you. Our horse is right there. House is right now. Houses are right there. Right, guess I'm going in there then.
Oh, wow.
Is there any hope for her, milady? It's just the fever's going around. That's going around. My remedy will have her on her feet in no time.
How
Is she
are
good or
you?
bad? That's the question. And down it goes. Well, Flynn, did it help? I don't think it
Yes.
really worked that fast. Oh. Wow, I feel better already.
Oh my!
Just feel her forehead. Her fever is all but gone. It's impressive. Quite the impressive medicine. Oh, how can we ever repay you? Ever since their father died, I've raised my two girls on my own. I fear I have a little in the way of coin.
My sympathies.
You have my sympathies. Worry not. Your kind words are payment enough.
Thank you.
Truly, you are too kind, milady. Just do my job. And with that, I should be on my way. Oh, and of course, should the symptoms return, please don't hesitate to call me. Is it some kind of temporary solution then?
Howdy.
Here I am. Where's my patient? I hear a poor girl was suffering from a terrible fever.
Elfin!
She's right there, Alphen.
Oh?
Ah, just sit tight. I'll have you feeling better in no time. She should be doing fine now. She looks just fine to me.
Hey!
Ellen, what are you thinking, bringing this scruffy-looking stranger into our home? Pardon, madam, but I'm an apothecary. I only meant to...
Really?
Oh, are you now? My daughter's already been treated by a professional. I'm afraid we won't be needing your services. Good day, sir. Guess he'll just be glad she's doing better. Hopefully. Tough crowd. Indeed. She made it sound like I'm some kind of quacksalver.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Alphen. I didn't know there was another apothecary there in town. Don't worry about it. Your sister's feeling better, and that's all that matters. What's matter? That's what matters, right? Keeps trying saying my own phrases for these. Yeah, thanks anyway, Alphen.
See ya.
Take care, Ellen. And try not to catch a cold. Touch cold. You too. Well, what's next then? That must have been the apothecary that everyone was buzzing about. The girl's forehead wasn't even warm. Whoever this rival of mine is, she sure knows her stuff. What I wouldn't give to be able to pick her brain. Guess that's what we're trying to do next then. Alright, let's just go up there.
Oh.
Let's see what happens. There she is.
What's all the hubbub?
Oh, miss, how can we ever repay you?
Thanks to your tincture, my dear husband is out of bed for the first time in weeks.
My word, it worked like a miracle.
And for such a modest fee, no less. You could charge tenfold and it would still be a steal.
Oh, you are far too kind. I was only doing my job. Seeing your hale and hearty smiles is payment enough for me. After all, we apothecaries have a sworn duty to ease suffering wherever we go, do we not?
Obviously.
Fine words, those. You must be the apothecary everyone's been talking about.
Indeed. Judging from that satchel of yours, I trust I am speaking to a colleague?
You bet. Though I've only started my journey. I'm Alphen.
Vanessa. Vanessa Heisel, a pleasure.
She seems like a nice enough fellow.
A sworn
Lady.
duty to ease suffering, eh? I like the sound of that. And I couldn't agree more. It's not about the coin we make. So long as I can keep myself fed, the joy of knowing I've eased someone's pain is all the payment I need.
But of course, it is for that very purpose that I seek to ever hone my skills.
Great minds think alike, eh? Hey, would it be too much for me to ask to take a look at your pharmaceutics? Well, just hearing about it, it's clear you're out of my league. The ingredients, the preparation, anything you could teach me, I'm all ears.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I can't share trade secrets with those in the business.
Really.
Ah, beg pardon. I understand. We do need to put food on the table after all.
No need for apologies. You're quite the diligent one, aren't you?
Oh, you bet. I'm still new to this after all. Every day I'm learning something new. At any rate, I'm glad to know this town is in good hands. See you around.
You flatter me, friend. Fare thee well.
So, is she suspicious or not? Kind of feels a little suspicious. But we'll see how it turns out.
Alrighty, where should I head now?
Someone gonna get their fever
Maybe
back.
I'll take a stroll by the beach.
Right, let's go to the beach then. To the beach we go. Travel matter, nice. Oh, you are devoted to your studies, indeed. Most admirable. I've got lots to learn, still is why. Even if I spend every free moment with my nose in the books, it's never enough. Not if I want to be able to treat every injury or illness I come across. With your passion, I do not doubt you will one day achieve that. More than knowledge itself, it is drive and dedication that makes someone the best they can be. You already have the most important thing that you need for learning. You think so? I can't say I'd ever felt that way to me. Keep up the work, and you will become the apothecary you always wanted to be. Can't help but feel like you're being overly generous there, Professor. But if you have that much faith in me, maybe I should too. Ain't that nice. Alright, let's go to the beach and see what's up. That there on the beach.
Well now.
Well, looky here.
Good afternoon.
Hello again, Alphen. This is for you. Do you like it?
What's this now?
A seashell. Hey, thanks. It's a beaut. Thank you for helping me.
Well now.
I didn't do much, but payment accepted. I give the prettiest ones to Flynn. She likes them too.
You don't say.
You're really raking them in. I bet you could sell them at the market for a small fortune. I know, that's why I give most of them to Mother. Oh? She cries sometimes because we don't have any money.
I see.
You don't say. How about you, Elfin? Do you have money? I think you got me beat with all those shells, but I get by. Are you sure? I can give you something if you need them.
Now listen here.
Money makes the world go round. This much is true. But you know what, Ellen? You, Flynn, and your mother have each other, and that's more valuable than all the money in the world. It is?
You bet.
You can bet on it. Mother says Flynn still needs to rest. But when she's feeling better, we're going to come back and collect seashells together. Seashells.
Well now.
Don't you worry about that. That Vanessa knows her stuff. Flynn will be doing cartwheels in no time. I can't wait. Right. What's gonna happen next then? She's apparently new. Let's scrutinize her. Create. Anything interesting to steal? Large tough nut. I should. So I'll try scrutinizing her and just see if there's anything interesting there. Don't want to use too many attempts. Remember, as I said, it's been a couple of weeks since I played, so I don't remember how many attempts I actually have here. This town at the moment. Impish girl who lives in Goldshore with her mother Marlene and her twin sister Flynn, who takes after her father in both appearance and demeanor, a fact she is rather proud of, and strives to cheer up her mother with her sister's help. So I'm not gonna actually steal this stuff, not because it's useful, but not right now though. Anything with her? Alright, let's move where the game tells me to. What's up next?
Huh?
What's this? Seems to be another commotion. Miss Heisel, come quick. My husband won't stop coughing.
My sympathies.
Oh dear, isn't that a shame? It seems there's a nasty malady going around. The Gabora whooping cough it's called. It hails from a land far, far to the south. But worry not, among my wares is a tonic that will cure it overnight.
You don't say!
Oh, Miss Heisel, I knew we could count on you.
Indeed.
My word, even the bottle is simply exquisite. And this will cure him, you say?
But of course.
Most certainly will. It's brewed from a very special type of moss, you see. One that only grows in a remote and quite treacherous location. Because of the rarity and of the key ingredients, I fear I must charge a substantial fee. Money is no object to us. We'll pay anything.
Well...
Splendid. In that case, 100,000 leaves a vial should suffice. Wow, that's expensive.
What?
Oh dear, that is substantial. Still, my dear daughter's life is at stake. I'll take it. It's very, very
I
expensive.
have no objections.
If Lady Heisel made it, I'm sure it's worth every leaf. I'll take 2. The money is called leaves.
Goodness.
For me as well, I'll spare no cost for the health of my loved ones.
Thank you.
Pleasure doing business with you, friends.
Oh!
Lady, I fear my Flynn has come down with a cough as well.
Oh dear.
Poor girl, you have my sympathies.
Oh.
I fear we do not have the coin that the gentry do, but... Here, this is my entire savings. Might you pray sell me a single vial? Even just a sip. Anything to save my poor Flynn.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, miss, but I fear my medicine is in high demand and short supply. I simply cannot let go of it so cheaply. Oh, she's not as good a person as I thought. I had my hunches that she wasn't actually that good. Please, have mercy. My poor Flynn. Whatever am I to do?
Oh dear!
I'm almost sold out. I'd better go stock up on some you-know-what.
Holy.
That was not what he expected, at least. My poor, poor Flynn. Oh, merciful Aelfric, pray bring the flame of light our path. To light our path. My dearest, ever since I lost you, I have scarce been able to feed and clothe our girls. They have suffered far more than their share. And yet, every day they bring me seashells. They tell me to smile.
Oh.
Must I look on helpless as poor Flynn wastes away? Have I failed them once and for all? O gods, if there still is mercy in this world, please save her. I pray with all my heart and soul.
Criminy!
Mind if I drop it for a bit?
What?
You're that unscraggly, scrubby-looking apothecary at your service. I might not be Miss Heisel, but if you need my help, it's yours.
Let me take a look.
So how about it? The gods may be all-powerful, but a checkup never hurts. Right, let's check up on that young girl then. Cough, cough. Never seen it written like that before. Cough, cough, cough. This isn't good. She's coughing so hard she can barely breathe. How did a rare disease from a far-flung land come to this town anyhow? You said it was Anissa's medicine that cured your daughter's fever, yes?
Oh, yes.
It sure did. It worked like a miracle.
I don't know.
What kind of medicine was it? What kind? There are still a few drops left.
Oh?
Let me see it. Probably spread the cough that way. This aroma must have been brewed from Gabora evergreen. That would make sense. It's a potent fever reducer after all. I remember reading something else about it.
What's this now?
What's this now?
Oh!
Wait, here it is. Gabora evergreen, a flowering plant native to the tropical lands and subtropical regions of the continent of Gabora, known for its antipyretic properties. A constituent compound has been known to cause inflammation and swelling in the throat, including severe coughing. Symptoms resemble those of whooping cough, known to plague the land whence it hails. Due to the risk of severe and adverse reactions, use of a Gabora evergreen in any dosage is strongly discouraged. That's Vanessa. She couldn't have.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I can't share trade secrets with those in the business.
Son of a...
She knew exactly what she was doing. She gave the villagers that medicine for free, knowing full well when side effects kicked in. But worry not, among my wares is a tonic that will cure it overnight. Because of the rarity of the key ingredient, I fear I must charge a substantial fee. Yes, about that.
Shucks.
She induced those symptoms on purpose so she could sell her overpriced elixir. That twisted conniving. Hold tight, Flynn. I'll have you feeling better in no time. Give me 2 gifs and I'll brew you up just the thing. Cough, thank you.
Alvin.
Alvin.
Huh?
Vanessa said something about a special moss. A moss that can cure coughing. That's it. Miss, have you ever seen a moss around here that glows blue? Moss. I've never heard of such a thing. But I don't get out of town much. You might try asking around.
Here we go.
Gotcha. I'll be back with just the thing I need to cure Flynn's cough for good.
You bloody better.
You better, Alvin.
Stop that at once!
Ellen, where did you learn such language? Just sit tight and keep Flynn company, okay? A lot of story in this one. Acquire this guy. A coachman by trade, he puts the safety of his customers above all else and refuses to traverse dangerous regions regardless of the payment offered. Owing to his experience, he knows many a shortcut on the back road. Nice chatting with you. This destination acquired. Right, that's good. Great. Stories are a little unpredictable so far, but I'm not disliking the game because of that, but they're a bit predictable. A haughty aristocrat who leads a life of luxury, turning his nose at all not born into privilege. His elitist attitudes have in turn earned him the ire of the common folk, and he know few fellow noblemen. Gossip, glowworm, and moss.
All right.
So Vanessa set out for the cave of Azure to the east. Got it. Southeast. Right. Guess I am. Did I talk to these guys, by the way?
Oh dear.
That's something. Yeah, it's a Leviathan egg. Definitely want to try to get that at some point, but not right now. A bit too rare. Alright, let's go ahead and save and head for Azure Coast, I guess. And find some glow moss and maybe a boss. That's where I'm supposed to go. Suspiciously looked like it was gonna be a path to a chest. Very suspicious looking path there. Alright, let's see what else we can find around here.
There is no
This
choice.
one. Pretty nice looking beast.
My turn.
Right, how was I doing this again? Slerran, let's just attack this guy. Ouch.
Well then,
Alpha does not have a lot of life. Well, you...
You gats.
So I'll break that one as well.
What is the logical course of action? Not bad.
Big damage coming up. 2 levels for Elfin, that's nice. 1 more HP and fully healed as well, which is the best part about leveling up in this game. Doesn't always get you full HP, but this one in all games, I mean, but in this one, get it, and it's always nice when you get full HP when you level up. Don't have to go and rest. Yeah, I've managed to level up at the right time.
This is the beginning of your end.
Swords and wind. Now I don't know what's going to actually be weak to access here, but let's try it out. They were weak to access, nice. Tribes.
All right.
We don't really have any. Let's try that.
Level slash.
Except that one. Fire though.
My turn now.
Let's use
The wind
and
What's this now?
the pain.
Not bad.
Let's kill all of them.
Passing.
One turn. More level ups to the people as well. Still poison? No, it's poison. At least poison does not persist through. Or no styluses seem to persist after battle, at least that's pretty neat. That is pretty neat. Right, let's enter this here little cave as well. And let's see if we can find that moss. Caves of Azure. 11 levels below, but the other party members are so much higher that it should be fine anyway. I wonder where's the save point right outside, and then there's a save point right inside the cave as well, which doesn't quite make sense to me. Get this purple looking chest here. Falcon garb. It's full. Probably not as good as what I have, but which can be nice, but other than that, it wasn't really worth it. Paths, I'm sure I missed at least 1 or 2 of those.
Come on, I've got better
Pirates.
things to do.
Why are there pirates here?
Here goes nothing.
Something I would like to know, to be honest. Anyone weak to swords? How about
Out of my
axes
way.
then?
An interesting
Well, let's
dilemma.
try fire.
Oh, flames! Rage strong!
Body armor.
My turn now.
At least one of them was weak to light, so let's use light skill. So pretty weak.
It's my turn. What's yours? I'm mine.
Coin pouch. We'll let the money.
All right.
Nothing. Fantastic. Use swords and axes. How about spears? Weak spears, nice.
An interesting dilemma.
How about ice?
Oh, ice! Pierce them through!
Not weak to ice either.
I'll do my best. Ah! May the sacred flame shine
With
forth.
that, and we're done.
The flame guides
Not
us
here.
true.
This is probably a secret. Yeah, it's a good path to a chest again. Nice. Spiked armor. Anything that's worth it? Really? Compared to the other stuff that I've stolen, bought in other towns. Those pieces of armor are a lot stronger, at least right now. That's definitely where I'm supposed to go. Yeah, pretty sure that's where I'm supposed to go now, or to progress here.
Flame, protect us!
So many new enemies here. Single one weak to access.
I'll do my best!
Drinking my blood.
The winds of fortune!
In front one.
What is the logical course of action?
Lightning.
All light! Slice them down!
Back ones were weak to lightning. That's neat.
Bring it on!
Swords. Swords. Swords either.
My turn. What's yours is mine.
Unexpected
Now,
words.
what next?
Weren't really thinking there. Cyrus deals so much damage right now. I wonder if it's gonna keep dealing so much damage for the entire game or if it's gonna drop off at some point, but right now he's just smashing everything, basically. Let's head this way first before I go up. Save point there, so that's where I entered this place. Okay. That's where I came in, right? This chest.
Come on, I've got better things to do.
More weaknesses? Fire. Fire and wind.
I'll not be defeated! The winds of fortune!
I appreciate it. Really?
Steal some SP back.
Now, what next?
Well, I will be leveling up in this fight, so I might as well do this here. Might as well.
Thus ends your lesson.
Or Cyrus will be leveling up in that fight, so there's no point in not using my MP or SPs as it's called. So I'm so used to saying MP because that's what it's usually called in the games I play, but it's not always natural. Alright. There is the lady. The other people are doing their thing. Right. I think I'm gonna go ahead and heal using save again after I've healed. Yep. I'm guessing I'm gonna have to fight her, Vanessa.
Now to
harvest me
myself
some glowworm
moss.
moss.
Can't keep my well-paying patients waiting.
Really?
Oh, to think this moss would bring me a king's ransom. Who'd have known this job could be so profitable?
Howdy, Vanessa. Fancy meeting you here.
Got the nice ominous music again.
So you sniffed out my supply, huh? Well, you're not as stupid as you look.
That medicine you gave the townspeople for their fevers was brewed from Gabora Evergreen, wasn't it? That was your plan all along, to induce the side effects so you could sell the remedy at a premium.
You catch on quick. I travel the land selling my potions and salves for more leaves than you'll see in a lifetime. What do layfolk know of illnesses and their cures? Nothing. That's what makes this job so easy. If it weren't for rival apothecaries like you.
What happened to your sworn duty to ease suffering?
Well, obvious lie, I'd say.
Here's some advice, little puppy. Don't trust anything you can get for free. A stately mansion, lavish dresses, fine wine. Why shouldn't everything I want be mine?
You're free to have what you want, but I won't let you deceive the weak and vulnerable to get it. Using your knowledge to inflict pain for profit? You're a disgrace to our profession. Doesn't it make you feel anything to see people suffer?
Should it? The ailing, the injured, they're tools to an end. Just like the little kittens I test my tonics on. They bring me leaves by the bucket, and when they've outlived their usefulness, they die. Do you cry when you toss away a broken flask? Well then, why should I?
Yeah, she is one nasty piece of work.
Unfortunately for you, there's no cure for a rotten heart.
Oh, so you don't care for my philosophy?
Was that obvious?
Perhaps you'd care to die instead. Hmm?
I have a feeling it's gonna be a status effect fight.
My ample wealth has allowed me to secure good insurance. You're a threat to my business, and you don't seem like the type to go home quietly. Or the type to keep your mouth shut, even if you did.
You're goddamned right I won't. On the contrary, I'm gonna brew a remedy and help those people. Not for profit, but because easing people's suffering is what I do.
How noble. But here's my diagnosis. That shabby sense of justice will prove fatal.
This should be fun!
Affected by her hired help. They are weak to ice, she's weak to fire. Any other weaknesses that I can find easily? How about access? Vanessa is weak to access, but fire at the moment.
I'll do my best.
How about light? Try wind first.
The winds of fortune!
Also weak to wind. So let's just do Firestorm. Oh wait, let's do Ice Wind. The blizzards.
Tempest of ice shall reign!
Right. So I tried
Alright!
Axis and I'll try swords.
Level slash!
Weak to swords at least, that's good to know. How about daggers, anyone? Takers? No takers? Right, so let's do another one of these blizzards. Get rid of the protection first of all. Before I do anything else.
Alright!
Alright, let's try spears then. Well, there are weak to swords, I suppose I could do. I think we'll do another level slash and break one of them now and break the other one next time. Who goes first? I don't think goes last. Well, I suppose we can break the other one with
Level slash!
Can't remember his name right now. Right, so weak to staffs, perhaps? No.
My turn now. Here I go!
Let's try this. That should be pretty effective.
Elfric, bringer of the flame!
My turn.
Alright, let's just do a normal attack on this guy. Cell sword here. This was only poison, so it's not that bad. This should be interesting.
A tempest of ice shall reign!
He died from just one hit there. That's what's Not the end of the world then.
Here goes nothing.
Well, you have axes that you can use against her. Actually, you can do...
I got just what you need.
the poison. Let's do Firestorm. one hit left and she's broken again.
Here goes nothing.
Pretty awesome. Want to break her now, or is it... Oh, I have to just save up on the breakage. Let's break her now.
My turn.
We want to steal low.
Let's do this!
Steal is what you got. One large olive of life.
I'll not be defeated.
Some damage at least. It's better than nothing.
Out of my way.
Can just do an amputation now.
All right.
You also have amputation, so I might as well do that.
Let's get down to work.
Next out. That's horrible damage at least.
Now, what next?
Let's do Firestorm.
Great inferno to scorch the land. A great inferno to scorch the land.
Great
My
Inferno
turn
to
now.
scorch the land. Guess I'll just do a raid wins here. Not gonna lose this or anything.
It's coming!
Should get more armor stacks now.
My turn.
Not. Oh, that's not too bad then.
Well then,
So, donate some BP to old Cyrus there.
I trust in your aid.
Now, what next?
Well, she's almost
Great
dead already, so yeah, this was not a hard
the land.
fight. Do I break her now, or do I break her like
goes
start of
nothing.
next turn? Yeah, I think I'll just break her with Elfin in the next turn. Should be fine.
My turn now.
Or do I break her with... Yeah, let's break her with Ophelia instead. Break the
A
damage.
wind is coming!
My
Might
turn.
actually kill her with Therian here. So the level for her with most of my party. Yeah, that's what you get for being like
And
almost
that's
10 levels over the mark with most of the characters. Elfin was below, so that's nice. I was 10 levels over with everyone except Elfin. Alright, sweet. That went smoothly. Damn it all. Paid good coin for them. I paid good coin for them. Game's up. I'll be taking this moss now. And I've alerted the guards. If you know what's good for you, you'll turn yourself in. Alright, you've got me. I repent. I repent. There you do. Probably gonna run away, isn't she? Sussed out of your escape route already? I'm not as naive as I looked. Sussed out.
Now listen here.
I brought a special treat just for you.
This isn't good.
Wait, that's...
Now then.
I had a feeling you'd recognize it. Slumberthorn, the most powerful sleep-inducing substance in the realm. One pick, and the next thing you'll know, you'll be waking up on a dungeon floor.
Oh,
Maybe one
Get
day
it?
you can start over as a real apothecary, if they ever let you out. You'll pay for this, stupid, naive.
Now then.
Fist. I'll keep her quiet until the guards come. Now, I'll just help myself to some of this moss.
All right.
That'll do her. Hold tight, Flynn. I'm on my way. Can I leave her sleeping there? Alrighty. More travel banter. I wonder if there was something in the cave. I don't
Now
think so. What do you intend to do about that woman? Vanessa? I reckon I'll let her stew in the gaol and ponder all she's done. Gaol or no, she doesn't strike me as the type to turn introspective. Maybe, maybe not. But I figure she's tossing and turning something fierce right about now. What do you mean? See, Slumberthorn has other effects, less well known. It can prick a person's conscience, for example. If there's something in your heart you'd rather avoid, it'll come out in your sleep instead. As a nightmare? That's right. How she'll deal with that when she wakes up is up to her. But I warrant she is having a second thoughts about what she did. Well, I hope so. Why? For my sake? Just be careful, alright? Alrighty. That was... Gosh darn quick, so that's neat. Right, let's head in and help. Help pulling out. Well, how are you feeling now? Better.
Oh my!
Her cough, it's gone. And my throat, it doesn't hurt anymore. Aha, good to hear it. You saved my daughter's life. How can I ever begin to repay you? It's on the house. The moss didn't cost me anything after all. How could I have been so wrong? You were the true apothecary. Pray forgive my rudeness earlier, good sir. No skin off my nose. Your girl's pretty healthy. Is girl's healthy again? That's all that matters to me.
Thanks.
Thank you, Alphen. Those remedies are really impressive. Finally, I can go gather seashells with Ellen again. Ha 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 ha. Go have fun. All the fun you want. Go have all the fun you want.
Be safe here.
And with that, I'd best be off. There are other people out there who need this medicine. And once I've done my job, and everyone in Goldshore is hale and hearty, it'll be time to hit the road again.
See ya.
Till we meet again.
Hey, thanks!
Oh, thank you. Thank you ever so much. Ain't that sweet?
Now then. Where out there is someone in need of a fixer-upper?
Alvin!
Oh, Ellen, Flynn.
Aw, we were trying to surprise you!
You're already looking 100%, ain't you, Flynn?
I'm all better now, thanks to you!
But what's this? Have you two been rolling around in the dirt all day?
These are for you!
Wowzers! Seashells, and scores of them.
We found them together, Flynn and me! Thank you for helping us, Elfin. Take care, okay?
Shucks.
We found as many as we could. We know you're poor. Is this going to be enough?
I reckon it'll keep me fed for a while. You didn't have to.
I got my friend Therian, the thief, who can steal from me, so
Y'all
it's fine.
take care of your mother now, you hear?
He's
crying.
Alvin's crying. Grown-ups aren't supposed to cry.
Even grown-ups need a good cry from time to time. Stay healthy for me, will ya?
You too, Alvin.
Very, very, very heartwarming stories he's got, Alpin.
You were always my hero, an unreachable ideal. But heck if I ain't getting closer by the day.
Oh, heck. And so Alpin bid farewell to Goldshore, more convinced than ever of his chosen path. Though his travels had only just begun, one town was already happier for his presence, and so he set forth for Saint's Bridge in the Riverlands, eager to see what his journey had in store. Well, I've been there, stolen a lot of stuff there, so it's gonna be neat. I don't want me to steal too much there. Alright, let's hear some more travel banter.
Thank you very much.
Alvin, sir, I wish to thank you. Which you do? For what? For healing Flynn. I don't need that. Thanks for that, Ophelia. Easing folks' suffering is my job. I'm just doing what I came here to do. Only because you are a gentle soul. You have made it your job. That's a rare thing in this day and age. Aw, shucks. You're gonna set the ants on me now. I beg your pardon? My behind. It's getting mighty itchy anytime someone starts singing my praises. What? That's weird. Oh, how dreadful. Tell me about it. It wouldn't be half as bad if I could just stop scratching. It's weird. Right, well, I guess I'm done with that then. Go ahead and switch back to my normal party again. Need to go to the tavern to switch party members, which is, I mean, it's okay, but it would be nice to be able to switch just a little smoother. Alright, unequip all and equip again. Gustav's shield. Did I pick? I don't remember what I had. I had something with SP, right? Why not? Am I close to being able to learn anything new, by the way? 3,000, 1,000, what I need. I'm gonna go with a 5,001. Not quite with these. I don't know what the last skill of these 4 jobs are, so it's gonna be nice when I actually get to learn those. Alright, so which level is... This is Alphin's next part then. 32 only. Can I travel here? Stone Guard? Did I enter Stone Guard? I don't think I entered it. Back in. Okay, I'll just travel there and save and quit. Alright, sweet. Managed to finish off Alphin's little quest chain there, or next part of Alphin's story, that was neat. Next time I'll be moving on to Hanit's next chapter. It's gonna be the last one of the first chapters, right? I've done all the others, yeah. All the others have done their chapter 2, so next time it's gonna be... Or I'm actually gonna explore this place first, and I'm gonna start Hanit's chapter 2. Yeah, that's gonna have to wait until next time, because that's gonna be it for this one. So until next time, have a good time.